Katie.
And I'm Morgan.
Welcome to our podcast where we talk about the truly random and sometimes unbelievable things that happen in our lives.
Usually yours.
But today it's not.
It's mine.
It's totally hers. It's all hers. I wasn't even there. We will sit here and try and get a buzz while you listen and judge. Normal life drama or straight up trauma?
Still trauma.
Bum.
In the room, as you will hear, Hoshi's been pretty bad around the house lately, so now I have to actually watch him like a toddler. So you'll probably hear the little bell on his collar and him meowing, and he might even come join us. However, we also have some trigger warnings. There's going to be mentions of cheating. Sorry, I needed to get that one like right out the bat because that's what this episode's going to have. Vomiting, sickness, mental health, physical health, emotional health.
Hi.
And staring at my cat like I'm going to murder him. Sarcasm, cussing, all of it. Sometimes blood, sometimes vomit. Not in this episode.
This podcast is not suitable for children. If you have young children in the room, please remove them now.
Get them a gummy snack and throw it across the room. They'll go chasing for it. Hoshi does it all the time. I know.
Okay.
And today, our drinks. Mwahaha. To stick with the wedding theme, we have champagne.
And yes, it's in margarita glasses. And no, we don't care.
It's insulated and it keeps it cold. I have warm body temperature.
And it's really hot in Denver today. My Twix melted before I even got it out of the car.
B's gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
Hold, please.
Hoshi, you know it's bad because she's the one grabbing the cat. When she's allergic to the cat, where's your mic? Pat his butt, he'll be fine.
It's nap time for the kitty.
Hoshi, oh, the poor boy. It's not. He loves it.
He did this to himself.
He did, but also, he loves it. So we're gonna talk about something that we already kind of touched on. B's gonna struggle with my cat. Hi, bud. So in an episode, we talked about Cowboy and Tinkerbell. We're going to touch on Tinkerbell's marriage, so to speak.
How long?
Not even a year.
Before you can get an annulment? Like, what qualifies as an annulment versus a divorce?
So depending on the state, it's 30 to 60 days afterwards.
That's sad.
I think there's like one or two that have like 90 as their thing.
Okay.
In reality, they should have just gotten it like the following week. So I'm like, okay, he's settling. Phenomenal. I figured he would. Okay. So this is months in advance that I'm figuring this out, finding out everything. I've already officiated. I'm friends with Tinkerbell, Cowboy, Big Red, and Tease because they were all part of this conversation. And it was decided throughout that time that I was planning the wedding, officiating the wedding, and then we were all somehow, for whatever reason, flying out to New York. No idea why. Just that, I mean, I do have an idea why.
I mean, you figured it out once you got there.
Yeah. I forget how, but I do know that we needed a photographer to take the pictures, so I wasn't just doing everything. And we called a last-minute Hail Mary of a small fry who packed everything. Because we went from the big hotel room that we were all in and all sharing to another hotel in Sleepy Hollow. I didn't even get to do fun things in Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, no, we went and saw the statue by driving past it. Yes, the audacity is on your face. I see it. We were all very mad because
I'm mad for you and I wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
I would have got out of the car.
We were going to turn around and whatever, but she wanted her marriage certificate to have the town she grew up in, as well as she wanted to get married with her great-grandmother or her grandmother's presence. And I say that because...
And that's why they were in New York.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. just because I know it's a makeup brush. That's their favorite toy that I'm throwing for Hoshi to please him. He plays fetch. So the grandmother's grave was in Sleepy Hollow. We flew out there, drove through New York City. And by drove, I mean small fry. Did small fry things and got us through.
I wouldn't drive through New York City. Yeah.
No, I'd rather passenger princess.
That's why they invented taxis and subways.
Correct. We ended up there. I ended up not only officiating then, being the maid of honor, because so Big Red was supposed to be the maid of honor.
That's what I thought.
And she was going to wear something blue as well. So we had the whole, new and old thing. I let her borrow a little tiara for her hair. And Big Red was going to wear a blue striped shirt because the theme was Beetlejuice and Corpse Bride. Those were our little things. So I read their vows out of the book for the recently deceased.
Got it. So basically Tim Burton, go on.
Yeah, very Tim Burton, especially because it was in a graveyard. They used the vows from Corpse Bride, but someone was supposed to be the maid of honor and she lost that privilege. So the second we got there, Big Red did Big Red things.
I mean, I knew she was being a pain, but I didn't know she was losing maid of honor status.
I got pulled to the side and Tinkerbell went, okay, so how do I handle this? One, Tinkerbell's confrontational, in herself.
That's why I was like, what do you mean?
But because we were all sharing and we were all in the rooms together, she didn't know what to do. So it would be okay. I was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to blame your mom because your mom has flown out for this. We're going to blame her. And we're going to have you just say that Big Red and Cowboy are going to stand off to the side. And the only reason I'm going to be in any of the pictures is because I'm officiating the whole thing.
Oh my.
He knocked over the thing. We're still good, but this is why we don't have cats while we're... Sorry for the brief interlude. So she lost maid of honor privileges and it was amazing because I was then all of the above.
Yeah, because Small Fry couldn't do it if she was taking the pictures.
Yeah, and that's what we were trying to figure out was how are we going to have her to do it?
Because I wouldn't trust her to take pictures either. Because in theory, you could have had Small Fry take maid of honor and then she took pictures, but...
Nope. And we had to... We rearranged it because we were late to her own wedding.
Why is it a common theme for people in our lives?
Because people think that they should be late around us. I don't know.
It's so annoying.
But I had never done wedding makeup ever. That was the first time I did wedding makeup. It was also the first time I had to buy a foundation, not my own tone. I was like, this is all new for me. She goes, oh, it'll be fine. No. We're doing trials because
She should have bought her own foundation.
She never wore makeup.
That's fine, but you guys should have went together and she should have bought her own foundation because it's not like you can use it after the fact.
No.
You are not that color.
No, but I kept it.
For future.
I used it as a bronzer on some people.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Because it wasn't dark, but it was enough that I could be like, you know what? If I just line it a little bit here, you're all good to go. But then we went to the reception. So we had to drive. So we were New York to Sleepy Hollow to another hotel. We've been to 3 hotels at this point.
Wasn't it just cheaper to stay at the one?
It would have been, but it wasn't close enough for the venue. The graveyard.
I wouldn't really call it never mind, go on.
And they were like, oh, well, we don't want to do this or do that. So what we did was we had Big Red and Cowboy take the vehicle that we all arrived in with the bride and go with all the family and meet them at the reception hall so we could get pictures of just the two of them. And so we could sign the marriage certificate without having Big Red's name on it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I kind of love that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you guys were stranded there.
We had the groom's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had groom's car because he drove himself. But I was like, this is okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly we were at the reception hall that she didn't want to go to. She didn't book. Her reception was going to be going to Beetle House that night.
That's why I was like, I'm surprised there was a reception. I thought you guys went to Beetle House.
Her mother.
Oh, that makes sense.
Her mother wanted it, and they made all the cards and everything.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a big whole production. I thought it was just like 5 of you in a graveyard just chilling.
No, her family was mostly there. His didn't show. They were in whatever fucking state it was. And they made a whole production about it. Because even when I did the whole like speech, I was like, hey, do you want me to use your real name? Or like your government name? Or do you want me to use the nickname that we all call you by? They both were like, oh, no. We want our nicknames that are the names we use every day that we've used for years. Her mom was so mad. I was like, we're doing this with their chosen names and not their government. And she was so pissed off at me. She thought I did it. I was like, no. I did not. Don't worry. We'll be signing the government document with their government names.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah. But that's when we called you.
I know, because I was like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I being involved?
Because bride and groom needed to go take a second. So they went outside so she could go panic and have a break and like just deal.
If you're panicking on your wedding day, that's probably a clue that you should probably not be getting married. I'm just saying.
And then Big Red and Cowboy were making a deal of everything, mostly Big Red. So then you had Fry and I sitting next to each other just going, the fuck is going on? What the fuck are we missing? So I think it was Small Fry who went to the bathroom and called you. And then I went and joined because the family was there and they were ignoring us. They didn't even come and like say hi to the bride and groom whatsoever.
Then why were they there?
The free food. We were like, what? Because we're like, okay, well, we won't sit with you. We'll go sit at a table all by us. You guys can sit with family. No. And then her mom was again pissed off. I was like, listen, I can't control what she wants. So then I sent Small out to go take, covert pictures of them because it was really cute. And I got to listen to Big Red complain.
Because it wasn't about her.
It wasn't about her. She wasn't feeling good.
Then go back to the hotel.
You know why she wasn't feeling good?
Because it wasn't about her.
That too. I don't know. Something happened like 9 months later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because we all sat at a table and we made a bet. Greatest bet of my life.
You did it.
Yeah, we did. So when everyone
stay away from me.
So while we were all at the table, we made a bet. Because we were at a wedding. I was like, okay, so you guys got married. So the next person to more than likely get married is either Small or Big Red. Because I can't remember if Small was at that time.
I think she was engaged. I don't think she was married yet.
So it was who was going to get married next and who was going to be the first to get pregnant.
Well, I mean, obviously, just based on statistics, it would have been Small Fry to get married because she was already engaged.
Well, and that's why we moved it to Baby. Because it was will Big Red and Cowboy get married before I get married? Because I wasn't dating or engaged or any of that. Or will the 3 people who have committed relationships get pregnant beforehand? Meanwhile, someone was already there. Mm-hmm.
That's so sad considering how much she drank that trip.
Yeah, and that's why she had the results she had
That
later.
makes sense.
Yeah. Which then they had to argue about in the freaking hotel room. So that made Tinkerbell's wedding so much fun.
I'm sure she loved that.
She was in all of the room.
That was another black omen of this. Like, this whole wedding was cursed from the start.
Yeah. Listen, they were like, well, you're going to do what? I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear black and white striped suit like Beetlejuice. I'm going to read from the Book of the Dead with all of their vows. And I have their rings the whole time over their grandmother's grave. They had their hands on the grave while she was holding the bouquet. And then they took their hands and then put the rings, and then the rings were back on the grave. Don't worry, later she cheated.
I'm aware.
So, that's just Tinkerbells. I don't have anything else from that one because that's just how friendships started to slowly die. To do that.
I know, but it was my dad.
Okay, fair. Hi, Dan. But that's it. I don't think we can shotgun.
I would not shotgun champagne.
No.
We can classy sip.
But
we didn't really drink this episode. Sorry, guys.
And that's our podcast today. What's next?
I don't know the next wedding. We didn't talk about it.
Oh, no. Ooh, it's a surprise.
That's a great question. We'll all find out next week.